have encountered God through their various trials and tribulations and come out with a beautiful story. And they are here to share with us what they have gone through and how they overcome, and initially just sharing or maybe trying to impact somebody in a positive way. And we are going to be joined by an amazing woman, and she is going to join us on set after the break to share her story on how she met God.
Coming soon on Lumen TV is Sacred Calling. Dear viewers, I'm very excited to announce a program on Lumen TV Zambia called The Sacred Calling with me, Jeff Chanda. The Sacred Calling will feature inspiring stories of priests and sisters in the Catholic Church, sharing their unique journeys from diverse backgrounds and various stages of their vocations. This program will appeal to Catholics interested in learning more about the priesthood and sisterhood, as well as to those seeking inspiration and spiritual guidance. Join us to explore the lives of those dedicated religious figures and discover the profound commitment behind their sacred callings. Watch out for The Sacred Calling only on Lumen TV Zambia.
You are never too small to advertise your businesses. Come through to Lumen TV Zambia or contact our marketing department on 0974 71 60 20 or 0977 30 07 74. See you there.
Once again, viewers, welcome back, and we dive straight into the program. As I earlier stated, and when we were starting, is we are joined by an amazing woman who is going to share with us her amazing story of how she met God. Stay glued to your seats. Madam, we welcome you. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you very much.
And said, kindly introduce yourself to our viewers.
Right. I'm Mary Slavumlenga, a mother of 5, 4 boys and 1 girl. I won't tell you my age, but just know that I'm slightly older than Zambia.
You needed to tell us.
Yes, born and bred Catholic.
Okay.
I'm a catechizer, and currently, I won't go into the history of my job, but currently I'm running a school, a pre-primary school in Makeni Oriental area, a school that is named after my late husband, or maybe then I should say I'm widowed.
Okay.
Yes. I'm an author. Yes, I think I should say that. I'm author of a book called Destined, which I think has been received very well. It's the story of my life.
Oh, wow.
But I think that's a story for another day.
Ah.
Yes, I don't know what else you want to know about me.
Okay, when you say you are Mrs. Mary Silavwe Mulenga, I'm sure the viewers are curious to know, who is this Mrs. Mary Silavwe Mulenga? What are you made of? What do you do? I mean, full background.
Okay, right.
Yes.
I was privileged to, after my Form 5 in those days, that's why I said I'm slightly older than Zambia. My Form 5, went to national service. I always say that I think they should bring that back, because it actually taught us a lot of discipline.
And
the military training.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yes, yes. Went to University of Zambia, 1981 to 85, after completing my Form 5 in 1980.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I did my first degree, graduated in 1985, worked for 2 years in the Ministry of Agriculture, and you know, in our days, scholarships were waiting for us, unlike these days where you really have to struggle.
Yes.
So I had the privilege of getting a scholarship, NORAD scholarship, go and do my master's degree, 1988, 89. And I came back and continued working for the Ministry of Agriculture, worked for the Swedish Embassy. And I think after that, I started doing my own consultancy work as an agriculture economist. I think when I have an opportunity to come and talk about my book, that's where it is all spilled, because I even did cross-border trading at some point, and people were wondering what had happened to my master's degree if I could do cross-border trading. But I think God has gifted us with a lot of things, and I think we need to utilize, everything. We should not just be glued to, to one thing.
Indeed.
Like I said earlier, my husband and I started a school, building a school, I think 2018, 2019, but he passed on in 2020. But God, opened doors in terms of, resources to be able to complete, that school. So we do have a pre-primary school named after him. It's called the Leonard Chileshe Mlenga Memorial School. And currently that is what is keeping me busy as the CEO.
Wow.
But hopefully I can hand it over sometime soon to somebody else so that I can get a bit of rest.
I see. Okay. Well, that's amazing. Are you married? Do you have children?
I'm a widow.
Okay.
Yes, 5 children, 4 boys and 2 girls. 3 already grown up, 2 still young in school.
Okay.
One, primary school, the other one secondary school.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, that's quite a milestone. Congratulations, I must say.
You.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mrs. Mlenga, are you able to tell us at a period of how you encountered God? How did you meet God? What really transpired? What happened?
I've always wanted to share this story. I think in my private life, I have shared it to a few people, and everyone has been like, wow. As a Christian, as a Catholic Christian, you take it for granted that meeting God should be an everyday encounter through our prayers, and in the Catholic Church, the beauty of having Mass, where we even have the opportunity to receive, Jesus in the Eucharist.
Yeah.
So you would think that, those experiences are actually an aspect of meeting God. But I think this particular experience is different, and maybe in life we encounter, especially in married life. I'm sure the viewers out there who are married will agree with me that marriage is not a straight line, everything is cozy and rosy. Yes, at the beginning it's like that, but I think those that have done marriage counseling and having had the opportunity of, just talking to marriage counselors, it's amazing how they go through what they call the marriage curve. And that I think from about the 7th year to perhaps maybe 5 to 10 years, there's what they call the itch in a marriage, where things just sort of start going wrong, and it depends on your experiences. But I think for me, in my marriage curve, and when you talk about, courtship, having children, the marriage is peaking.
Yes.
And then I think you kind of start going down. I'm told from the counselors that, when you start having children, the attention is shifted, to the children, your work. So there are all those challenges. And then you find that maybe, your spouse, starts, doing things that are not really, acceptable. So it was probably at that stage in my married life that, going through these challenges, that I sought a lot of, prayer, guided by, my priests,
Yes.
Spiritual direction. It was really, I would put it to maybe 10 years of just trying to seek God prayers and to just see how to deal with that situation. So I've gone to, Charleston Parish. I'm kind of just feeling really, low because I felt that, I'm not getting the attention that I need to be getting from my spouse. And I've just discovered that, there are, children, outside marriage that are involved. And you're like, oh my God, so what am I going to do about it? So instead of, I'm really happy that, and maybe it's because of age, I did not go the sort of harassing, insulting way where you start now to differ, that it starts to break you apart. I sought prayer. I said, I think what I'm going through can be overcome through prayer. I'm a Christian, so what do I do? So I sought the intervention of, a priest. There are those charismatic priests who really, take you through deliverance, through healing. People don't think that the Catholic Church there's deliverance and healing, but we do have some priests who are gifted with this. So I went to Charleston Parish. At the time, we had two priests, Father Pupa and Father Gideon, who were there. And I think through the prayers that, would go there to participate, I found that, okay, maybe I can talk to this particular priest about my experiences. You just want help from wherever. So I remember going to him. He was already with somebody in the office. So I get to the office, and this anxiety of you just need to talk to somebody, and he's taking long. Who is this person in the office? So when I finally got to see him, and he looked at me and he said, sit down. And I'm like, Father, I said, sit down. Then I remember I had a picture of, the children. So I'm like, Father, I discovered this. Women, we like to go through phones. It's not a good thing, but sometimes when you are going through a situation, you just do even stupid things, what I would call stupid things. So then he looks at me and he looks at the picture and he says, oh, and then I said, these are the children. And he says, what children? And he says, I said, my husband's children. I said, yes, so? And I said, I want you to pray with me because I really don't know what to do. And he looks at me and he says, Mlenga, we have talked, in the past about, things about your prayer life. You have been talking to God all the time. It's you all the time talking to God. Whether you're praying the rosary or what. Can you for once change your strategy? Listen to God.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So listening to God, what does that mean? And even said, go in that adoration chapel. And I think, the viewers will agree, Charleston Parish, I think it was one of the parishes that had a beautiful adoration chapel. Go in that adoration chapel and just sit. Listen to God. God is going to speak to you. I looked at him and I'm like, look, I came to you. I want you to pray for me. And now you are telling me I should go to the adoration chapel and listen to God. I was upset. And I think it's normal for someone who is seeking help, because I'm feeling, I came to Father and I know, the gift that he has. And he sends me to the adoration chapel. Go and listen to God, because it is too much of you talking to him. Can you go and listen to him for once? Sheepishly, I come out. I think Father Gideon today, Naga trip. So I go into the adoration chapel. I sit there. And, he told me, you have to go into the adoration chapel. Look for 1 hour, whatever hour that you want. Whether you're going to go now or you're going to come back, but choose 1 hour and do it for 3 days. Because I want you to sit in the presence of God, to listen to him for 3 days. That was a tough one for me.
It must have been.
For 3 days. After that, come back to me and tell me what God will have said to you in those 3 days. Just 1 hour, not more than that, not less, because I think 1 hour is enough. you know, in the adoration chapel, the Blessed Sacrament is exposed. So I went there, and it was just before midday, 12. And I said, since I'm here, I might as well start today. So I went there just before 12. I sat down, and I've been told not to talk, not to pray, not to say anything. Just listen. God is going to talk to you. So I'm sitting there, 12, 15 minutes after 12, and I'm like, you know what, God, I'm here to listen to you. If you don't want to talk to me, I'm going to get out of here. Oh, I was told 1 hour. Shut up.